Happy New Year and happy 2022. So with the new year, of course, comes my video of my 10 most anticipated movies of the year. Now, I've got to fully admit there's some that would have been on here, but they've just dropped off the radar because they keep being pushed, like Top Gun Maverick. Yes, I'm looking forward to that movie, but I'm just getting into the mindset that it's never gonna come out. Morbius was also just pushed from January to April, so fingers crossed everyone on this list is actually going to come out in 2022. Let's talk about it. Before we dive into it, if this is your first time here, I'd love it if you take 1 second and hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on more videos like this. Movie reviews, television reviews, trailer reactions, and celebrity interviews. Okay, guys, let's talk about my 2022 most anticipated films. Hey, Tessa from MamasGeeky here. Thank you so much for stopping by my YouTube channel. Okay, guys, now to be honest, it was pretty hard to narrow down this list to just 10, but I did it, and yes, it's mostly comic book movies. I mean, you guys know me, it's mostly comic book geek movies, but there is some of my other favorite stuff sprinkled in there as well, like horror and thriller. So let's start that off with my 10 most anticipated movie of the year, and it's coming out soon, I hope, fingers crossed, and that's Scream 5, and that's mainly because I love that we have the cast back, the main cast, right? Dewey, Gale, and Sydney are back, and this one feels most like the original, yet it's also updated. I loved the trailer, and when they threw in that Jigsaw reference, that Saw reference about wanting to play a game, so I think this one's going to be a lot of fun, I hope. I feel like it's going back to the roots of the first one. I don't think it will ever beat the first one, but I'm really excited to see who the killer is, who Ghostface is, and I've been looking forward to this movie since they announced it, so Scream 5 had to be on my list. Now, number 9 is another franchise that I'm a big fan of, and that is the movie Prey, which is the next movie in the Predator series. It just looks interesting from what we've seen, and I was one of the few people, I think, that actually enjoyed the previous Predator movie. I thought it was fun, and it was a Predator movie. I mean, what do you expect? Like, that's all I want to see is a Predator kicking butt. Like, that's all I care about in these movies, and I feel like Prey is totally going to deliver. So that's my number 9 most anticipated movie of 2022. Now, number 8 is, let's just carry on with this horror thriller type vibes, and that is Nope, which is the next Jordan Peele movie. I love his stuff. I was a very big fan of Get Out. Us was not as good as I had hoped, so I'm trying to lower my expectations a little bit for Nope, but just what we've seen about it has me super intrigued, and I do love Jordan Peele's stuff, so I'm definitely looking forward to that movie. Now, again, let's continue this trend. Number 7 for me is Salem's Lot. Okay, I love me some Stephen King. He terrifies me, every single thing he does. I love Stephen King movies. I love Stephen King books, so I'm definitely looking forward to this version of Salem's Lot. I know I'm going to be terrified. Salem's Lot is one of the scariest books for me of his books, so I'm very, very excited about this. Now, let's switch gears real quick and go into my number 6 most anticipated movie, and that is Thor: Love and Thunder. And well, I'm very excited because I love Taika Waititi, and I love what he did with Thor Ragnarok. I'm mostly excited for Thor: Love and Thunder because the Guardians of the Galaxy are going to be a part of it, and if you didn't know, I'm a big Guardians of the Galaxy fan, so I'm definitely excited to see them as a part of this movie. I don't think they'll make it much past the first 30 minutes. I feel like it's definitely going to be all of them together, whatever stuff's going on, then the Guardians leave and it becomes Thor, especially Thor and Jane, because she's going to be Mighty Thor, their movie. But I'm still excited to see the Guardians be a part of it, and I can't wait to see what Taika does with the Guardians. Back when James Gunn was removed from Guardians 3, I was very mad. I said the only person who could take over and actually do them justice would be Taika Waititi, because they feel like they have that same vibe when it comes to directing, right? The colors and the music and the humor just feels the same. So I'm very excited to see what Taika does with the Guardians in Thor: Love and Thunder. So of course that made my list. Now, number 5, mainly because of the incredible cast and because I loved the first movie so much, is Knives Out 2. Definitely looking forward to this movie. It's got an incredible cast, and I felt like as they were announcing the cast, it was just like getting better and better, and you're like, who are they going to announce next? This is insane. So the cast is nuts. The first movie was great. The complete twist I didn't see coming, so I'm interested to see what they do with the second one. Knives Out 2 is number 5 on my most anticipated 2022 list. Now, number 4. Now, my top top 4, I've got to admit, were all over the place, and I had a very hard time narrowing down where they fall on the list. This is an any given Sunday thing. Depending on new trailers we get, they could totally change and rearrange, but these are definitely my 4 most anticipated movies of the year. And number 4 is Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. I'm so looking forward to this story continuing from Spider-Man No Way Home. I'm so looking forward to Wanda coming back and being Scarlet Witch on the big screen. We got that little taste of her in the teaser, which played after Spider-Man No Way Home, and I loved seeing her on the big screen. Since analyzing the trailer, since it came to online, it was awesome to see her fingers are starting to turn that dark, like the Darkhold's getting a hold of her. What's going to happen? Her kids are going to be in this, like where's that going to go? I'm just excited to see Wanda, but I'm also excited to see Doctor Strange. Now, he's someone I was never a giant fan of in the comic books, and really I wasn't a giant fan of his solo movie, I'm not going to lie. Like, I thought it was okay, but seeing him in stuff has changed my perspective on him, and I have a whole new appreciation for him, and even a whole new appreciation for his movie. I watched it recently, and I was like, okay, I'm in it, I'm here for it, and I'm definitely excited to see where this goes with Mordo, and of course, we get Strange Supreme from What If, is what it looks like we have, so definitely lots is going on here. It's going to mess up the future of the MCU, and I'm totally here for it. And I also hear there's like a billion cameos, and I just want some Fox X-Men. Like, let's throw in some X-Men. And you know what? If Ralph Bohner wants to show up, I'm totally cool with Ralph Bohner showing up. So, number 4 is Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Number 3 is The Batman, and this is mainly for my love of Catwoman. I adore Catwoman. I think Zoe Kravitz is going to crush the role from what we have seen, and especially once we got that The Bat and the Cat trailer. If you haven't seen my reaction to that, it's up here already. But that was like it. Like, it sold me even more. I love the Riddler. I love Gotham. When it comes to DC, Gotham is my jam. I love the dark and gritty and just suspenseful and the thriller type aspect that Gotham brings. And I feel like The Batman is really going to deliver that. I was not thrilled with Robert Pattinson's casting at first. Or I guess I should say I was like, I wasn't sold on it. And the more I see, the more I'm sold on it. I can't wait, especially that last trailer that we got. Very much looking forward to this movie. I think it's going to be insane, and I cannot wait to watch it. Okay, number 2 is Sonic the Hedgehog 2. I almost had this at my number 1. I was going back and forth. I really loved the first movie, surprisingly. I think the cast is amazing. I think Ben Schwartz as Sonic is incredible. I played the Sonic games all as a kid. Like, my childhood is Sonic the Hedgehog. I read the comic books with my daughters now. Like, we're massive Sonic fans. They love the show. I mean, they love the lore. They know the lore. If you didn't see their reaction to the trailer, you got to check that out, because they totally called Knuckles showing up. And I had not told them anything, I swear. So it was very interesting and very fun to watch from their perspective. And of course, I'm super excited to see Knuckles, and he sounds amazing. And I'm super excited to see Tails. I can't wait to see. And then of course we got Robotnik as like he's got the mustache and the bald head, and like Jim Carrey is so good. Like I said, this cast was amazing. I'm very much looking forward to that movie. Obviously, it's my number 2 of my most anticipated movies of 2022. So I'm sure by now you guys can guess what number 1 is. Yeah, it's Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse Part 1. When they announced that this was Part 1, my mind was blown. I'm so excited for there to be 2 of these. Like, this is a trilogy at least. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse still remains my favorite Spider-Man movie of all time, and it's probably my favorite animated film of all time. I love that movie. It feels like it's ripped from the pages of the comic books, which as a comic book fan, of course, I appreciate. I just love the art style. That's one of my favorite things about it. It's just the animation style and the VFX, and just watching it. It's gorgeous. You see the dots, like the attention to detail is insane. It, again, looks like it's ripped from the pages of the comics. So that's my most anticipated movie of 2022. But really, there's so many others that look good as well. You guys let me know your list down below in the comments. Let's discuss. Be sure to give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on videos like this. You can follow me over on Instagram and Twitter. I'm at MamasGeeky over there. MamasGeeky. Thanks, guys. Thank you so much to all of my monetary supporters, my members here on YouTube, as well as my patrons. If you haven't joined yet, please consider doing so. We have some really awesome perks, including a monthly Zoom meeting where we get to talk face to face. Thank you again to everyone who supports me.